The rupee also gaining strength, and it hit a 4-month high against the dollar at 53.74. The market reaction also has been positive following the government stimulus measures led by FDI in retail and in the aviation sector. This morning, the markets reacted positively to the hike, and Dalal Street also hopes that tough measures would help infuse investor confidence and push up the markets further. All right, Mayur, just take us through exactly what next, at least for the markets in terms of policy, because one thing that we've been getting, and of course the guests that Virendra also has been speaking to, I think nobody's taking these policy announcements at face value. Everybody wants to see implementation, because there is of course that fear that the government might still backtrack given the political opposition it is facing.
That's right, Akash. In fact, the jump in the Sensex that we have seen over the last 3-4 days, in fact, it started, the rally started last Wednesday precisely on anticipations that some key reform measures will be announced. Obviously, FDI in retail was something that was highly unexpected, and the diesel price hike was also highly unexpected. That was the first significant effort on part of the government to, in a way, fill up the fiscal deficit that has now become very unmanageable. So these efforts, the markets had started incorporating these efforts starting Wednesday. Today also the rally was there in the morning hours of the trade, and had RBI done even 25 basis points reduction in the key lending rates, the markets should have remained at about 250 levels in the positive territory. But as of now, the markets are just about flattish. That's majorly on account of disappointment, because the markets were possibly expecting that now that reform measures, now that signal from Delhi is that we will go full blast as far as reforms are concerned, RBI will also take cue from that signal and will to some extent toe the line.
Okay.
This was possibly the anticipation that had led to the rally in the early mornings of trade today.
Okay.
Now with RBI coming up with literally no policy measure at all, a 25 basis points reduction in CRR means just about 17,000 crore liquidity infusion into the banking system, which is not very big to really cheer up the market in a big way, and that's precisely why the markets are remaining flattish at this point in time.
You know, even if we take into account that big businesses might get a chunk of that money, 17,000 crore rupees isn't that much. One or two projects, one or two major projects, and you are over with that 70,000 crore rupees. It's not a heavy cash infusion into the economic system. Virendra, just take us through exactly the rationale. You've been speaking to experts, and one thing they were very clear: whether or not the policy decisions move ahead, they were quite sure that there would be no significant change coming in from the RBI today. Why is it? Also perhaps because they knew that with the price hike as far as diesel is concerned, inflation will only spike when new data comes in. There is no room.
That's true. In fact, from the first day itself, RBI has been saying that till the inflation comes down to a targeted level, that is at 5.5%, till that time RBI would not try to bring down interest rate to a larger extent. Even today, that the inflation is hovering around 7.55. That's a figure of August last month. And even one more thing, that the food inflation is in the double digit. It's more than 10%. Definitely, the RBI is knowing that in the international market, the crude price might go up. In the domestic market, the fuel hike would definitely add some more inflation figures in the next month. So definitely that is one part from the inflation. But second part, RBI has been saying from the first day that the central government had to bring more investment in the Indian market.
Okay.
They have to announce the policy measures. They have to announce the reform measures. In the policy, RBI has said that last week what the central government has done, that's a good enough. That's a good step. But they want to see something more, and something authentic, and something very drastic on the ground level. They want to see money coming, money flowing in the Indian market.
Okay,
so that's not happening. It's just a pure lip service which is happening in the central government.
Okay, so they don't want to see a lip service. They definitely want to see some hardcore action on the ground. They're not quite sure about that action being taken, or some rollbacks might actually being implemented. Many thanks, Mayur and Virendra, for getting us that update. We'll keep a track on that story.